I never believed Netflix could be dangerous. Movie shows, late night binges. That was my routine every weekend. Nothing more than entertainment. But what happened last winter changed that for me. My name is Adil, and until today I've told this story to only two people. Both of them begged me to forget it, but I can't. Not when I still hear the sound sometimes. It started on a Thursday night. I had just finished a double shift. I locked my room, switched off the lights, and opened Netflix on my laptop. The recommendations looked normal except for one show I had never seen before. The thumbnail had no title, no description, just a dark frame like someone standing behind fog glass. For some stupid reason I clicked it. The moment it loaded, my room temperature dropped. I'm not exaggerating. My AC was off, and yet my skin felt cold. The screen went black for a few seconds, and then a shaky video appeared. It wasn't cinematic. It wasn't a movie. It looked like footage recorded on a cheap phone. At first all I heard was breathing. Slow, heavy, and close to the microphone. Then a man's whisper. "Someone is watching you." I paused the video instantly. I checked my room. Everything was normal. Nobody was there. It must have been some hidden promo or a glitch. I shrugged it off and continued watching. A dim hallway appeared on the screen, narrow, dirty walls, flickering lights, pipes, dripping water. The camera moved slowly down the corridor, as if the person holding it was terrified to keep walking. Then the breathing stopped. The video glitched, and suddenly the camera turned around and showed a man standing at the end of the hallway. His face was blurred, but his posture looked wrong. Almost like he wasn't meant to stand the way he was standing, neck twisted, slightly shoulders leaning inward. Before I could understand anything, the man in the video pointed directly at the camera and whispered, "He sees you too." I felt a pressure in my chest, the kind you get during sleep paralysis. My laptop screen flickered, and for a split second, I swear I saw my own room on the screen. The same chair, the same curtains, the same dim lamp behind me. I slammed the laptop shut. I didn't sleep well that night, but I convinced myself it was nothing. Just some weird experimental short film. Maybe horror creators were pushing boundaries. That's what I told myself. The next day, while scrolling, I told my friend Sammy about the video. He laughed, called me dramatic, and asked me to reopen it so he could see it. I didn't want to, but I also didn't want him to think I was losing it. So late at night, I opened my laptop again, went to my continue watching section. The video was still there, but the thumbnail had changed. This time, it was a blurry picture of a man standing at a window, and the room behind him looked like mine. My heart was pounding, but I clicked it anyway. The screen turned black the same way it did last time. The same heavy breathing returned, but louder now. And then the video flashed on. A live feed. It wasn't a hallway this time. It was a bedroom. Not just any bedroom. My bedroom. Same sheets. Same slightly broken wardrobe. Even the small crack near the ceiling. Someone was recording my room. Right now. I froze and slowly turned my head, scanning every corner. No camera. No phone. No reflection of a lens. Nothing. But the feed kept moving like someone was walking inside my room. I grabbed my phone and called Sammy, whispering frantically, "Bro, get online. Something's happening. I'm not alone." Before he could respond, the live feed zoomed in towards my bed, towards the exact place I was sitting. It stopped just a few feet away from where the camera should have been. Then the whisper returned, clearer than before. "Don't turn around." I turned the laptop away from me. I couldn't handle it anymore. But the voice continued, now deeper. "He's behind you." I didn't move. My muscles stiffened, my breath stuck in my throat. The room felt heavy, like someone else was breathing inside it. My phone slipped from my hand. After what felt like forever, I forced myself to look behind me. Quick, sharp, desperate. No one. But when I looked back at the laptop, the live feed had changed. It wasn't my room anymore. It was a very close shot of a man's face. Not blurry, not distorted, a real face. His skin was pale, stretched, tied across the bone. His eyes were almost entirely black, and his mouth hung slightly open like he was struggling to breathe. He didn't blink. He didn't move. Then he leaped at the camera, and the screen went completely black. Netflix crashed. My laptop shut itself off. I couldn't sleep that entire night. I sat awake with the lights on until sunrise. When Sammy came over the next morning, we checked the laptop together. When it powered on the Netflix app, it didn't show the video anywhere. No history, no thumbnails, no record that it ever existed. But the worst part wasn't the missing video. It was what we found when we checked my room again. On my window glass, there were fingerprints. Long, thin, dragged fingerprints, as if someone had slowly slid their hand along the outside while watching me. I live on the 4th floor. There is no balcony, no ledge, and no way anyone could have reached that window. I haven't watched Netflix at night since then, and sometimes on completely silent nights, I still hear the breathing from that video. Slow, heavy, right behind me. I don't turn around. Not anymore. "2021 still sticks to my ribs like something rotten. It started one night when I was scrolling through Netflix half asleep on the couch. I wasn't even looking for anything scary, but a new recommendation popped up. It wasn't in any category I recognized. It was just titled Room 39. The thumbnail looked like a grainy hotel hallway. Nothing special. The strange part was the description. It said, "Real footage. Do not watch alone. No actors listed. No release here." When I hovered over, the preview didn't play. It just flashed a frame for half a second. In that frame, I thought I saw someone standing behind a door, only their eye visible. It felt like the person was looking right at me. Curiosity beat common sense, and I pressed play. The screen went black for a few seconds, and then a shaky handheld camera started moving through what looked like an old motel somewhere in the middle of nowhere. You know the type. Bad lighting, stained carpet, humming neon lights outside the windows. The camera operator wasn't talking. All I could hear was breathing, deep, stressed breathing. Then the camera stopped at a door. Number 39. The door was shaking like someone was pounding from the inside, but no sound came out. Just that violent movement. A text popped up on screen. Based on real events. Watch carefully. That was the first moment I felt a cold pull in my gut. The scare. The kind that tells you to turn the TV off and go to bed. But I didn't. I leaned closer. When the camera opened the door, the feed glitched for a second. The room inside looked trashed. Furniture flipped. Sheets torn. Walls covered in handprints, some smeared like someone had been dragged. Then the camera panned to the corner. A man sat on the floor with his back to the lens. He was shaking his head fast like he was trying to dislodge something. His fingers were clawing at his own neck. My chest tightened. Something about the way he moved felt wrong, like his body was glitching, but the room wasn't. The camera got closer. The man snapped his head sideways at an angle I swear no human neck should turn. His eyes were wide, pupils blown out, and his mouth formed a word I couldn't hear. The audio was warped like it had been drowned in static. But the expression, it looked like he was begging. Suddenly my screen flickered. A second of black. Then the man wasn't on the TV anymore. The camera was pointed at a wall, scratching sounds coming from behind the lens. And then my Netflix app closed by itself. No crash message. No error. Just home screen. I sat perfectly still. The room felt colder. The kind of stillness that isn't peaceful, but heavy, like something else is in the room holding its breath. Before I could grab the remote, a notification popped up on my TV. Not from Netflix. Not from anything I recognized. Just a white text bar in the bottom corner. Do not open it again. I didn't sleep that night. And the next day things got worse. The next evening, I turned the TV on again, just to see if that weird message had been some glitch, or maybe I fell asleep and imagined it. But the moment the screen lit up, Netflix opened automatically. I didn't even touch the controller. Room 39 was sitting at the top of my continue watching, but I never saved it. My stomach twisted. That was the second S, the suspense. The point where your brain starts connecting dots it doesn't want to connect. I hovered over it again. The thumbnail had changed. Instead of a hallway, it now showed a still frame of that man from the video. Only this time, he wasn't in the motel room. He was in a living room. My living room. Same couch. Same lamp. Same curtains shoved to the side. My throat dried up. I backed out of Netflix and checked the TV for any sign of someone messing with my account. Nothing. No login alerts. No devices. No weird emails. Against every instinct screaming at me, I opened the video again. It didn't start where I left off. It didn't start at the beginning either. The footage showed the camera slowly panning through a house. My house. I recognized the chipped paint on the hallway door frame. The crooked picture frame I kept forgetting to straighten. Even the exact mug I had left on the table that morning. "Hello," I whispered without meaning to. The camera on the screen turned into my bedroom. The blankets were half pulled off, just like they were upstairs at that exact moment. I suddenly felt like someone was behind me watching the same footage I was watching. The camera moved toward the closet door, which was slightly open. In the video, a hand, white, shaking, reached out from that crack. Fingers long, twitching, as if they were searching for a way out. Or in. And then, the live audio in my room changed. My house creaked, but not the usual settling noises. This one came from upstairs directly above the TV. Soft. Dragging. Something moving. I turned the volume down to make sure it wasn't just the video playing tricks on me. The dragging continued. No sound came from the TV anymore. I froze. On screen, the closet door in the video began to open wider. A face looked out. Not fully, just an eye peeking through wide, terrified, locked onto the camera. Then a whisper slipped through my speakers. Not from the video. From behind me. "He's not on the screen anymore." I spun around, but the room was empty. When I turned back, the Netflix app exited by itself again. The screen went black. Another message popped up. The same style as before. "Room 39 has been added to your list." I unplugged the TV. Packed a bag. Slept in my car that night near a gas station where the lights never go off. The next morning, I logged into Netflix on my phone just to see if the video was gone. It wasn't. But the thumbnail had changed again. This time it was a picture of me, sleeping, in my car. I deleted my account that same day, but sometimes late at night, I still hear dragging sounds above me. And every once in a while I get a notification on my phone, even though the app is gone. It always says the same thing.